international.
Okay, I will leave you to enjoy this and the commentary team. This, so far, my finest hour in the BSR mx5.
Gets cut down and gets rounded off, actually. It makes the track just a little bit shorter, and that's the national layout. That's the only difference, really. It's just a little bit shorter. It's a slightly nicer corner, I think, for most cars, and you can run that forwards or backwards either way. And, of course, you have the tri-oval, which is just Taylor's. You just do a spinny circle around Taylor's, and, of course, you have the rallycross course here. I like this overly British feel, though. They don't have to maybe do 7 of 9 races in Britain, but all the British rounds are pretty nice. It's actually, look at this. We're already ready to go for race number 4. Excuse me, these guys have the motors humming, and we're racing for the 4th race of the day. James Clark and Fiona Siddons do get to start from pole. That surprises me. Tom Griffiths then in 3rd as we roll through 1, 2, and 3 for the first time in race 4.
No contact looks like was made on the mid-pack of the grid. It looks like everybody makes it through, even though we're going 3 wide on turn 3. That's absolutely insane. But looks like, as you can see, their headlights flashing over the chicane, going up and down as we could.
No, that is Nick Clibbins in the dirt, and one other spins behind. That's Nathan Davies back there.
There's yet another car. So 3 cars fell victim of lap number 1. Not quite sure the extent of the damage amongst them, but as you can see now, we're going to have a battle for 2nd place, a battle for, looks like, 7th on back. Well, lap number 1 nearly done as
Fiona Siddons is your race leader. After 1 lap at Knockhill, 1 car darts to the inside. I think that was Mark Oliver or Marcelo Pagman, but Fiona Siddons leads lap 1.
That's a fantastic sight to see. She's leading lap 1. Unfortunately being chased by 2 pro drivers, so we're going to have to see how she's going to tackle those attacks. As you can see, the rest of the field essentially in a single file right now as the top 3 kind of broke away from the rest of the grid.
Tom Griffiths follows James Clark up over turn 4. They're working through the chicane now, but a contact. 1 car was a ride there. I'm not sure exactly who that was. Oh, it was an 88 Tech car. That was Mark Oliver, who slams into Michael Steele, there we go. And Steele gets back on. Oh, my goodness. Oh, 1 car in the dirt. That is Michael Lees this time.
Oh, unfortunately for Michael Lees, looks like he fell victim. Yeah, commentators Curtis, that's on Andrew this time. And unfortunately, luckily he's waiting to find a safely way back through the race course. There we go. Let's the final car go. Not the final car, as you can see, but unfortunately he's going to be falling into last place. As Fiona Siddons with the fastest lap of the race, breaking away from the field, Andrew. Marcelo Pagano still is the fastest lap, but she's over 1.2 seconds clear of 2nd place.
Coming alive in this 4th race, certainly, is Tom Griffiths and James Clark do battle further back. Now, we've got another crash. Julian Schroer in turn 3. And gets back on right in front of Jason Cooper. Thankfully, no contact there. Look at that. Paul Donkin around there as well. My goodness, the hits keep coming.
Looks like every driver is trying to get as many points.
There we go. Contact. Douglas Stewart goes off. Tom Griffiths made contact with him. They get back on, and they will keep running. If Michael Lees, by the way, would like to lodge a complaint with Pit Stop TV over that one, I wouldn't say no. I would just say I'd prefer him not to, but I'll even provide the email address right there, Andrew@pitstoptv.com. Although you can, if you would like, also email us about joining the crew, or joining on as a partner. As look at this battle for 2nd.
This battle for 2nd is absolutely amazing. We were watching on the back of Fiona's car. As you can see, Clark retains that position for the time being. James Sharp trying to find a way. His teammate as well, Marcelo Pagano, trying to tag along to maybe both of them steal that 2nd and 3rd place of James Clark. As you can see, both of them, all 3 of them, absolutely riding those curves on the chicane. It looks like they're going to be retaining this position as they head down into turn 7. Now, who's going to get the better exit? Is it going to be Clark? Is it going to be Sharp? Is it going to be Pagano? Looks like Clark didn't get the best of exits, and he's going to battle with Sharp as they headed down into turn 9.
All 4 of Fiona Siddons' amateur competition drivers, competitors, there we go, amateur competitors in this race are at the bottom of the order. Everything between her and the rest of her amateur competitors are the rest of your field. Literally, it is the top of the ticker is yellow, the bottom is yellow, and nowhere in between. Even if Fiona loses this top spot, which right now she is continuing to drive away from James Sharp, James Clark, and Marcelo Pagnan, even if she's not able to hang on to a win, what a points grab in this fourth race.
Oh, absolutely. That would just be insane. Unfortunately, that gap is coming down rather quickly. Looks like Sharp is putting the pedal to the metal. As you can see now, that was Adam Dalmont trying to make his way through Portula. Was that it? The number 7? No, that was James Neve. So James Neve, unfortunately, losing in position, trying to get it back. He's going to be falling victim of Lars Fischer as they're going to go side by side. As you can see, oh, Fiona Siddons maybe with problems already. So that gap went down from 1.5 to less than 0.3 of a second in one lap.
That's not what you want to see, unfortunately, but it's going to be okay, I think, for Fiona. Going to be second now, as Sharp will absolutely get the pull on the straightaway. We'll take that spot at least for now, but still a really good run mounting here for Fiona Siddons. And again, if Fiona just keeps the car clean and doesn't get hit by anybody, it's going to be a really good fourth race. Right to the apex Fiona goes. James gives a wide berth, and they keep racing. Marcelo now going to have an opportunity to pass the 927.
Yeah, Marcelo's definitely going to be trying to line up. Fiona was really, really wide, not really wide, cutting a lot of the curb on the chicane. That's going to make her fall under victim for Marcelo Pagani as they go side by side into turn 7. Looks like Fiona's going to be losing that position as Andy McEwen is trying to make his way past Tom Griffiths. He's going to be switching to the, they're going to go 3 wide. He switched to the outside. Looks like Griffiths just closed the door. He's going to back off of it. Clark is going to be going deep, nearly hitting Fiona Siddons.
Oh,
and look at McEwen.
What a run out of Taylor's.
That was an absolutely beautiful exit. He's going to get the position over James Clark into 5th place. As looks like Fiona Siddons is going to go side by side. He's going to fight turn 1 with Tom Griffiths.
McEwen just gets in front of Clark for that spot. Fiona falls in behind Griffiths, and McEwen now going to have a look for turn 3, I'd say, at Fiona Siddons. Right up the inside. They're still trying to work it out. Andy's there. And now I think we'll have the spot into the chicane, and this is going to be tough for Fiona to try and hang on as these spots get easier and easier to lose as the rest of the field gangs up on that 927 car.
Yeah, unfortunately, after losing one spot, you just kind of fall victim, having compromised line, compromised exits. But just, you saw that, Andrew Dalmont really going wide on the exit of turn 7. He's defending from Clark, who's definitely not, willing to give up that position that easily. Lars Fischer, as well as the 513 of Glenn Humberstone, unfortunately towed back to the pit lane. That might just be race ending, day ending for him. As look at this, gaggle, I'll steal that word.
That is a well-lit pack as they work down the front stretch now. Past the paddock they'll go. Thor Tullo, James Clark, they lead the organized formation laps. Clark now tries to get him behind Tullo and it'll work. You can see Neve side by side with Holmes. Neve makes contact right down to the apex. Oh, just saves them from contact. Now Michael Steele going to go after it. And look at the teammates side by side. That's Cooper on the inside, Lars on the outside. Lars Fischer gives that spot up. Thor goes off the racetrack, gets back on right in front of James Clark. Clark going to take the line for turn 7. Lee Holmes going to try and follow suit. Thor goes off, gets back on.
Lee Holmes definitely trying to make something out of the next and maybe a move. He's already side by side with Thor Tullo. They're going to go side by side into turn 9. Well, he's going to be forced. Lee Holmes just backs off of it. It's going to allow number 7 of James Neve to nearly go side by side with him. But look at Lee Holmes. Looks like he got a better exit out of turn 9 in a single file right now. Looks like not going to be challenging for Tullo this time. Might come under challenge into turn 1 though.
Neve looks maybe to the right side of Lee Holmes, stays behind. Michael Steele has been back there as well, and Steele has been very aggressive today. Got that race win earlier and has been aggressive ever since. You can see the 35 stepping out into the dirt a little bit. It was Lee Holmes who just got that race win, and now Thor Tullo way out in the dirt out of turn 6. Turn 7, how's it go for Clark for each of these guys? We're staying in line. Up front, James Sharp, still your race leader, in tandem with teammate Marcelo Pagnan. Third going the way of Andy McEwen now in a heated battle here with Tom Griffiths.
Tom definitely wants that 3rd place, trying to make his way any way he can over Andy McEwen in 3rd place. Well, they're just going to go not side by side, one following one another. So who gives in on the pressure? I'm not pretty sure if we saw McEwen giving in to pressure, Andrew, before. So
when he comes
could this be the day? Oh, yeah, absolutely. But under pressure from another driver behind him. Did he crack any time? I don't think he did. So Griffiths, he's definitely going to have to try to make this overtake going down the inside, outside, any way he can. Because I'm pretty sure Andy, he's not going to be phased by it.
If you go and look at the standings as they come into this fourth race of the day, now we might have to actually get our second page of standings out for the first time next week at Snetterton, as Mitchinson might just drop out of the top 20. But McEwen has actually lost the points lead by just a little bit coming into this final race of the day. The good news is he's well ahead of, I say well ahead, 2 spots ahead of Delmont. He needs Adam Delmont to have a bad fourth race of the day, and right now, the only thing Delmont's going to do is catch those two battling.
Yeah, absolutely.
There
we go. There we go. Absolutely what he doesn't need. So Delmont's doing absolutely what he needs to do to close the gap in the championship. And while he's closing the gap on track as well.
Delmont's got it. It's a 6-point gap now. McEwen has fallen back. Cooper is now 3rd. Griffith's 4th. Casper DeCourt is 5th. That's how they came into this race.
Oh, there we go. So, yeah, my correction on there. As now looks like we're focusing on Fiona Siddons, who just fell behind Lee Holmes. Oh, look at that car bouncing. Unfortunately, she's going to have to step on the brakes, lose yet another position to James Need. Now dropped all the way down to 9th place. Still 4 minutes to go, and could she hold down to a top 10? Not quite. Just as I mentioned, she's going to get a bad exit out of turn 7. And are we going 3 wide on the back straight?
Oh, my. Jason Cooper was a bit aggressive there trying to push Tortullo over. They'll work into turn 9. Thor up the inside. He has that spot, maybe. And now Cooper is going to get back in behind Fiona. I think if Jason wants to go somewhere, he's got to work with Thor here. But I think Thor might have also had to slow down. Slots in behind those two now. So, you know what? I'll eat my words. And Cooper is going to move on past that 44 car and fight now into the top 10, trying to get on by 9th place Fiona Siddons, who hangs on yet one more lap in this top 10. Now, the amateur drivers that were further back, they've moved up a bit, as Michael Seal is now 23rd. He is out of this race, along with Glenn Humberstone and Adam Petman. That means that Michael Lees, Mark Oliver, and Kevin McGlone, they've made a few spots, but they are still the final 3 cars on this racetrack. What's interesting is Michael Lees has caught Adam McNally. Those are Excite Energy teammates as well. What a corner there.
Just as you mentioned, those 2 teammates, unfortunately, not so close to the top 10, not having the best of races. As you can see there, 19th and 20th place, as you can see now on board with Michael Lees. Not having the best of races for the amateur classes there, Andrew. Fiona's just walking away with points from this one.
How about the Pro-Am race right now? Because Douglas Stewart is leading that. This would be, if my memory serves me correctly, his first race win, in class at least. Douglas Stewart leading the way. Paul Duncan is 2nd. Paul can easily, I think, get up here and battle for this Pro-Am win. Look at the gaggle in front of him in that orange car in the middle of all that. That's Douglas Stewart. So that's as far as Duncan needs to go to fight for this win. They all check up, gets real close to Clibbins here over the chicane, and he is properly in this battle.
Yeah, might just make a move down here into turn 7. Can he go deeper on the braking? Yes, he can. They're going to go side by side into turn 7. Clibbins retains that position even though he went wide. So looks like, well, still a 2-car, 1-car gap between the Pro-Am leaders. But that's not going to end so soon, Andrew. I'm pretty sure Donkin wants that win, at least a shot of that win. As you can see, as you mentioned, that gaggle of cars, that big group of cars. Looks like one of them, is that Tortullo, went really wide on exit. Not wide, got a really bad run.
You did just see Griffiths go purple. He sits in 4th behind McEwen. So that battle is coming alive. Delmont's fallen back a little bit, it looks like, but Lee Holmes is in no position to try and pass him just yet. 2 minutes to go. These races have gone an expected 17 laps twice. One of them was 16, and that was race number 2 when Steele won. Does this one go the full 17 laps? We'll see. Fiona Siddons leading this train, really. You can see this group. That is Douglas Stewart trying to get by, and it looks like Douglas sets up turn 7 brilliantly. It will have an opportunity to do so. Railway bend here, and actually Jason Cooper's leading. No, that's Lars Fisher in 10th leading it. Fiona Siddons has just dropped into 11th, now going to lose 12th to Douglas Stewart, but still leading the way in amateur as Michael Lees gets ever so slightly closer, and Thor, yeah, you saw it, makes a little bit of contact there.
Just a little bit of contact. This is not helping Paul Donkin, who at one point was just 1 car away from the Pro-Am leader, now faces 3 cars difference with 1 minute 20, might just be slipping away that win. As you can see here, big couple of cars as we're now on board with Paul Donkin. And looks like he got that position done, so ahead of Tortullo. So he's up to 14th place. Only 2 cars between him and the leader of his class is now on board with Tortullo. Maybe he's going to be trying to get that position. Well, definitely wants to get that position. Oh, Paul Donkin got a slowdown.
Paul Donkin drops on back behind Tortullo. You can't have that happen if you're going to go for a race win. Clivens gets contact there with Fiona Siddons, it looks like, and Clivens goes well off the race course. Right, there's the rallycross course. You can see it where it comes back onto the rest of the international course. Just barely gets back on in front of his Excite Energy teammate in Adam McNally. Let's go back up front. We should get the white flag next time around for each of these guys. And look at McEwen. He's gotten close. If you're McEwen, this is a prime opportunity to keep your championship season alive right now. You do not want to let Delmont leave this race with the points lead. That's a bit of dirt there for McEwen, but Andy can still win this race. We'll have the white flag next time, and he's looking at the top 2.
Absolutely. He got a great run out of turn 7. Can he maybe go down the inside of turn number 9? And they made their way through turn number 8. As you can see, Pagman just on the middle of the road. That's going to throw McEwen off. He's going to be lining, trying to get a better exit. As you can see, is that Tom Griffiths behind?
It is, and Delmar right behind.
Yeah. Delmar, no, race is over, and James Sharp is going to win.
That should not have concluded the race, but it does. That is it. Sharp wins, and it's Pagnan, McEwen, and Griffiths. I don't recall ever seeing a white flag graphic, but that's it. Douglas Stewart will come across in a moment to win in Pro-Am. Paul Donkin in second for Pro-Am. Fiona Siddons is going to get another amateur win. Wow.
Wow, indeed. That race maybe was just cut a lap too short from